Hi everybody. Today we are going to do the next chapter in social studies, the Constitution of India. And this constitution was drafted by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Under his leadership, we made the constitution. Okay. Now to understand the constitution, there are a few questions I have made. Okay. What is constitution in simple words? The basic principles and laws of a nation or a state or social group that determines the power and duties of the government and guarantee certain rights to the people in it. Okay? So if there is a group or there is a country, and to run that group or country, you need certain laws, guidelines. So that is what is the constitution. These laws and guidelines for that particular group to run the country or the state or that particular social group. What is the constitution called? It is called the supreme law of the land, the highest law. It is often called the supreme law of the land. No law can be passed that contradicts. Contradict means to speak against it, against the constitution, its principles. At the same time, it is flexible. Okay? Why is it flexible? So that it can allow changes in the government. So according to that particular situation, if that constitution law needs changes, so then it can be amended. Okay? It can be changed. The constitution is known as a living document because we are following it every day, because it can be amended, so it can be changed. Now, why is constitution needed? A constitution is necessary because of the following reasons. It is an important law of the land, okay, the supreme law, remember that. It determines the relationship of the citizen with the government. It lays down principles and guidelines which are required for people belonging to different ethnic and religious groups to live in harmony. So it is a relationship between the government and the citizens. It gives them rights to change the law, and when they make a law, they must keep in mind the citizens. Okay? It must be for everyone. It should not be just for a particular group when the law is made. Okay? And then this constitution is there so that we follow it and we live in peace. Okay? Now, how was the Indian Constitution made? The drafting of Indian Constitution was done by the Constituent Assembly. Okay, just as when you came to school, you had an assembly, morning assembly. So, same thing here is an image where the people of India, Indians, only Indians came together. How many of them? In the beginning, there were 389 of them who had come together. But then later on it reduced to 299. Why? Because of the partition of India. Okay? Because of the partition. Then how long did it take? It took almost 3 years to make the constitution. It is one of the longest constitution in the world. It took about 2 years, 11 months and 17 days to be precise, to exact date. How many days it took? 2 years, 11 months and 17 days to be exact. Okay? But in rough we can say 3 years. First outline for a plan, the constitution holding 11 sessions. 11 times it came together for 165 days period. And Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the chairman of the Constituent Assembly. So this particular assembly, who was the chairman? Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was the first president of India also. And after the constitution, they needed to draft it. Okay? So Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. So here you can see an image of 7 members, the drafting committee, and here is Dr. Ambedkar. And Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the chairman of the Constituent Assembly, previous image. Our constitution came into effect. When was it given to us? On 26th January. What do we celebrate on 26th January? Republic Day. That is why we celebrate Republic Day. January 1950, which we commemorate in honor, okay, as our Republic Day. It was given to us, so that is why we celebrate it as Republic Day. Why? Because the Constitution was given to us on that day. How many Indian constitutions are there? So, the Constitution was written. So, how many? The original text of the Constitution contained 395 articles. Okay, parts were there. And in 22 parts and 8 schedules. And there were subparts to it. But currently, at present, there are 470 articles in 25 parts and 12 schedules. So at present, there are 470 articles. And then, how many changes took place? Remember, it is a living document. It can be amended, it can be changed. 104 amendments, changes have been made till date. When was the last day? January 25th, 2020. Last year, on January 25th was the last change that was made. Okay? The very first amendment, very first change in the Indian Constitution was made in 1950. Then who wrote India's Constitution? Somebody had written, handwritten, and he had a beautiful handwriting. And who was he? Prem Bihari Narain Rajasthan. He was the person. He is the one. Had a beautiful handwriting. He wrote it in English, and in Hindi, Vasant Krishan Vaidya wrote it. So these are information for you. Then the Constitution is divided as important parts to it. The first, the preamble. Preamble means the introduction to the Constitution. The directive principles of state policy for the government to follow guidelines when they make any laws. And fundamental rights and duties. 6 fundamental rights which are given to us, citizens. Okay? What I want you to do is read the chapter, underline the difficult words, and pronounce it correctly, spell it, and write it 3 times each in your social studies copy. Constitution, fundamental, constituent, assembly, British, independent, lawyers, Ambedkar, January, directive. If you have more words, you can write it down.